Welcome to the world of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, my dear content consumers, where danger happens on a regular basis, the multiverse is currently being revealed as a means to open up possibilities, and superheroes and supervillains are everywhere in a constant battle with each other. The best way to describe the MCU is that it's a big budget TV show like media franchise that's probably going to take a while to catch up with if you haven't already done so, especially when you might need to do some research on which projects are in what order. Currently owned by Disney, made by Marvel Studios, and placed in charge by President Kevin Feige, the highest grossing movie franchise and one of the highest grossing media franchises of all time, has been hugely popular for fans and haters to discuss their opinions on, for better or for worse. And with the first Iron Man movie just recently preserved in the National Film Registry, a significant part of Hollywood history, probably shows no sign of slowing down as of right now. Although, when Bob Chapek was the CEO of the Walt Disney Company, he might have resulted in Phase 4 of the MCU to suffer for many fans and felt that it should have ended after Avengers Endgame. From the visual effects team working overtime to maybe quantity over quality content to the idea plenty of people have that this phase was more woke compared to the previous three. Hopefully those fans will be won back over once Phase 5 begins now that the previous Disney CEO, Bob Iger, has been hired back for 2 years to hopefully set things right. And I think we're all glad that Bob Chapek has been fired because I don't want to imagine how worse the company could have gotten if he was still around. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the timely last project of Phase 4 of the MCU, and the second MCU special after Werewolf by Night just in time for Christmas called The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which was written and directed by James Gunn, like usual for this subseries of the MCU, before he leaves it after Volume 3 comes out to officially focus on being CEO of DC Studios to hopefully set things right with DC's projects after temporarily being fired by Disney after his controversy on social media. I guess this special will be the calm before the storm that will probably be Volume 3 in the meantime. I just hope, though, that by the time Volume 3 comes out, those fans wouldn't give up on the MCU permanently after being burned with Phase 4, considering that there are more projects after this one that have the potential to be good. Just thought I'd let you guys know. Merry Christmas, everybody! Sometime after the Guardians of the Galaxy purchased this planet-like location in space called Nowhere from the Collector and began making it into their new headquarters off-screen after Thanos destroyed it in Infinity War, Kraglin of Frontieri tells Mantis, Drax, and Nebula a childhood story about how Yondu, who is a father-like figure to Star-Lord, ruined Christmas for the both of them because Ravagers work for things they get instead of being handed them, and he believes that it would kill Peter Quill and Kraglin. And since Christmas is approaching and no one on Nowhere knows what Christmas even is, and Peter is still sad about losing Gamora in Infinity War, Mantis and Drax discuss an idea on how to save Christmas from him and cheer him up by going to Earth to abduct his childhood hero, a Hollywood actor named Kevin Bacon. Upon arrival, they earn money from people in Hollywood by being photographed, and they use that money to get drunk and dance at a bar before they realize they should have spent it on a map to Kevin Bacon. So Mantis tells the woman who handed them the map to give it to them for free and all her money. The latter, which I have no idea why she would give away to them. After scrambling around Hollywood, going from celebrity to celebrity, Mantis and Drax arrive at Kevin Bacon's location and they give chase. Kevin calls the police about these two wanting to take him away, and they arrive just in time. They fight the police officers and knock him out. Then Mantis puts Kevin in a trance to make him come with them with plenty of Christmas stuff from the Christmas castle. But while on their way back to Nowhere, they realize that Kevin Bacon is an actor and not actually a hero. So Mantis trances him to make it seem to Peter that he is actually a hero. Eventually, everyone on Nowhere surprises Peter with a Christmas celebration, and as he slowly approaches his present, it starts moving, making him probably think, "Oh my god, what did you do?" When he opens his present with Kevin Bacon inside, he is horrified by them kidnapping an Earthling and demands that he is released from his trance and sent back to Earth. Kraglin tells Kevin how much of a childhood hero he was to Peter, which inspires him to celebrate Christmas with the people of Nowhere with a song, and everyone handing out and receiving gifts from one another. After the celebration, Mantis tells Peter why they did all this for him to begin with, to which he reveals to her that Yondu had a change of heart about Christmas after opening Peter's present to him, to the point of giving him blasters, which he has been using ever since. Mantis then reveals to Peter that he is her sister, as they're being afraid to admit that, fearing that it would remind them of their father. Ego's villainy, much to his surprise and joy. They happily embrace a Merry Christmas, and in the post-credit scene, Rocket uses Groot as a Christmas tree, which doesn't work out well. TTFN, talk for now until Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 releases. Oh boy. Good! I'm glad this wasn't made as an afterthought nor paycheck, as this does have a reason to exist, like it was a Christmas episode of a Guardians of the Galaxy TV show. The story for this special is actually pretty simple and not too complicated for a Marvel Studios property, and I like that it's not trying to be any more than it should be for something that we should watch around Christmas time. Like how, unlike probably every other MCU story out there, this product has no villain in it, other than the belief that Yondu ruined Christmas forever, allowing this special to be comfort food before we eventually go back to saving the day another 10 squillion times in the inevitable future. Speaking of Marvel Studios, I like that its logo and animation is Christmas themed, with a Christmas song playing in the background to let us know what we're in for. Why didn't they do this in the Hawkeye miniseries last year? I question. The characters, both old and new, are enjoyable along with their acting performances and are still in character from before, including what people may call the Space Avengers. Yay! They've really come a long way. Now let's talk about Kevin Bacon as this fictionalized version of himself. He's great in it, with his role and facial expressions and the way he says coolness. I wonder if Mantis and Drax notice his Hollywood Walk of Fame star somewhere. He even likes Star-Lord's facial expressions as well. They're really well done. I even enjoyed how the plot is similar to Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. That actually fits for these characters and setting. The humor and writing is consistently good throughout, not forced for the sake of a cheap laugh. Also, for a Phase 4 project, the visual effects are surprisingly polished and not rushed. Mantis and Drax are great as the two main characters, and their chemistry and fish out of water on Earth moments are funny as well. It also has a sweet ending of Mantis revealing to Star-Lord that she is his sister after he thought he lost all his loved ones over the years, as well as a probably ironic post-credit scene where Rocket wants another special, even though Volume 3 might be the last time we see these characters. Man, and I thought She-Hulk and Deadpool are the ones who could break the fourth wall. It's nice to see Groot older than before, which is perfect for that post-credit scene. Even like how Peter's mad reaction to Kevin Bacon as the president may have been unintentionally foreshadowed by Mantis and Drax's reaction to the fact that he is an actor, and the fact that Peter sympathizes with his abduction against his will shows that he is not selfish, and I like it. It's nice that Yondu's ending story does explain how we see certain things in previous films. Like, I watched this special for the first time. When I watched this special for the first time, I thought Yondu would come out and ruin this Christmas again, but luckily that never happened. And then I remembered, oh right, he's dead, never mind. The music score and songs are nice to listen to, including the old 97 songs as well. There's even references to past and future MCU projects, as well as one from outside of the MCU that you might want to keep an eye out for. The 2D animation at the beginning and end of the special is nicely done to give it this Star Wars holiday special feel to it, in a good way though. And there's even a visual nod to the true meaning of Christmas in here somewhere as well. Go figure. It's nice this special answers and sets up questions that we may have been curious about. I wonder how this special will hold up in hindsight. Although, also, if you're gonna complain about anything in this special, I hope you don't say that it's woke, because I don't think it is. No one's being treated superior to one another, and that's nice for this time of year. It's even good that the end credits are Christmas colored, as if to wish us a Merry Christmas. Let's not forget that the pacing, production values, and cinematography are spot on, with little to no shaky cam. Oh, and Cosmo talking was nice too, I guess, though I'll get back to her later. Bad! I just realized that Mantis traced that woman to give her and Drax the map to and money for free. That I now understand. But I feel bad for her because now she's probably going to be poor for God knows how long. On top of that, if they used said money to buy a shit ton of stuff at the Christmas castle off screen, the poor owner must feel like declaring bankruptcy because there might be little to nothing left there. What a bunch of pricks. I mean, how did no one notice come in to stop them? On top of that too, the bar scene felt like filler. I mean, not only did Mantis and Drax not seem to get drunk, but they could have still gotten themselves the map for free and spent that money that they earned on the Christmas castle without leaving a woman poor, just so you know. On top of that as well, how did they manage to carry all that stuff back to the Bowie and fit them inside it to take back to nowhere? Logic be damned. And on top of that, when they get back to nowhere, how did it not take them that long to decorate the entirety of it? Do they have any technology that allows them to do so? Where can I get that? Now, this next issue I have may not be noticeable at first, but I think it's worth bringing up. According to the MCU timeline on Wikipedia, this special, along with Thor, Love and Thunder, takes place in the year 2025, which is 2 years after everyone was snapped back into existence in Avengers Endgame, and around 3 years from now. Why didn't the events of this special happen sooner in between here and then? Why didn't Kraglin wait until now to tell this Yondu story? Beats me. Now, this is a small nitpick to be sure, but I wish this special was just called Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special without the "the" in the beginning, as a way to match the title of Star Wars Holiday Special that this special took inspiration from. This just asking, no one in particular. Another thing is that I hope Kevin Bacon was watching Santa Claus Conquers the Martians for the first time, because otherwise he should have known how this MCU scenario being captured would end. Another thing is that, well, why didn't the police officer also shoot Mantis if the bullets can't kill Drax? Wouldn't it kill her instead? Another problem I have is that while the old 97 song I Don't Know What Christmas Is But Christmas Time Is Here is funny, it does hint at a superpowered Santa Claus, which in the Marvel comics was actually a thing. I wish that the Santa actually appeared in this special and was played by Mark Hamill. Kinda like what I was expecting would happen, instead of what they actually go with. He does appear in this special, except that's not Mark Hamill. That's apparently his lookalike actor named Troy Beecham, who is only a one-shot cameo, has no lines whatsoever, and is seen drinking something from a bottle. Why? Why would you hype up your MCU fans into thinking that this legendary Luke Skywalker and Joker actor was going to be in the special as Santa, only to bait them with a lookalike actor that's literally waste a shot of the special and his role or lack thereof with pointless filler? I mean, if you weren't going to have Troy do anything, why have him in here at all? I'll tell you why. It's to tease Mark Hamill's actual possible cameo in the third movie coming out, who will probably not play Santa like we all thought he would. And I thought Mark Hamill was actually wasted here despite him being an iconic actor. That would have been sinful if you ask me. Also, how did Nebula find Bucky and steal his metal arm for Rocket after the events of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? How is Bucky going to react to that in the future? Was it actually a replica built by the Wakandans? If not, then will he get his arm back later down the road? I just wish this special was made it clear what happened is all. Also, how did the people of Nowhere make gifts to the citizens there? What will it get revealed in Guardians Volume 3? Only time will tell. Also, this whole saved Christmas for Peter thing could have been avoided had Yondu also give Kraglin a gift as well, and not make him think he ruined Christmas forever. What an asshole! By the way, the reveal that Mantis was Peter's sister could have been an actual reveal built up for the end and not given away to the audience by Drax near the beginning. Just saying. Also, apparently, a GoBot killed Drax's cousin. What? Okay, where did that come from? When was that established in the MCU? And will that pay off in number 3? And how are GoBots real in this universe when we can clearly see someone in a GoBot costume like they're actually products on Earth? Where's the logic in that unless GoBots actually did visit Earth one time off screen? In that case, couldn't we have known that sooner? Oh, and I think David Hasselhoff would have been a better gift to Star-Lord, since the latter had a personal connection with the former had a personal connection. Latter had a personal connection with the former, given the reveal that Ego, Peter's real father, abandoned him and his mommy in Guardians Volume 2. And he yearned for a father-like figure that wasn't evil nor dead. That's why he had a personal connection with Mr. Hasselhoff. It would have paid off Peter's feelings of being lonely better than the music-inspired Kevin Bacon could until the Mantis reveal. Another point is, how did the police arrive that quickly to support Kevin Bacon after his emergency phone call? Were they apparently that close to his home for that to happen? Usually it takes at least a little while for the cops to arrive, so what gives? By the way, why does Yonju believe that the gifts can kill anyone? That seems like a weird reason to hate Christmas, don't you think? Next of all, a man next to Drax at the beginning, Drax at the bar, requests the bartender, 2 shots of tequila please. I wish that the entertainment industry would understand that in real life, you probably need to be specific about what type of beer or tequila you're ordering. Otherwise, the bartender probably won't take you seriously. Just letting you know. And by the way, how come Cosmo the Space Dog never talked in the previous appearances until now? Where did her voice suddenly come from? Talkies. Sometimes you really need them. Right, Hollywood? Last of all, I wish it chose a less lonely poster promoting a special. Yawn. All in all, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special is a decent member of the MCU family, with decent editing, by the way, that my dad asked if I could watch, and I eventually agreed, seeing how there wasn't much time to waste. I'm talking less than 45 minutes of my time not that wasted. I think this might join the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special, and that there was probably more effort put into those 2 specials than the actual Star Wars Holiday Special that they're inspired by. I'd say it's worth at least one watch on Disney Plus if you're waiting for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 to come out, probably come out next year. Although it's probably not going to be a timeless Christmas tradition to watch each holiday season, given its many flaws and the fact that it was made for the current generation of mankind. Not bad for a galaxy-defending archaeologist, cowboy, and raptor trainer like Chris Pratt, whose character is oblivious to the fact that he's living in a fictional universe. Though I wonder how this special will hold up once the 3rd movie releases. Only God knows at this point. But until then, I'm going to give this special 4 fingers out of 5. Alrighty folks, that's it for this review, and oh boy was there a lot to talk about here. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, what have you. I'm the Purple Mario, and I hope that the original Footloose, the original Friday the 13th, and even the 2012 Avengers movies would one day get preserved in the National Film Registry. Now that would be awesome. The Bowie ship, probably a reference to David Bowie.